I parent better than you is all that I hear every time I open up some comments. Holy moly. Anyway, welcome to Mama Sass's Life Unfiltered. And can I say, it's raw, it's real, it's unapologetic, and it's uncut. So let's get down to business, shall we? I swear, I am the only one pretty much nearly on that app who doesn't wear a mask. So when I'm in doing all of my social media stuff, what I'm meaning is I don't pretend to be someone I am not. And yes, I've quoted a couple of lines from two different songs that I absolutely love, because people on social media seem to think that they know better and how to do absolutely everything better than some people out there. Some people get away clean shaven. You know, they barely get touched. And then others get ridiculed beyond belief. It is absolutely insane. And that's what we're going to be talking about a little bit on today's podcast, because I know I was going to be delving into my, 18 and onward in my life. But I'm taking a moment because this is Mama Sass's life. It is unfiltered. It's raw. It's real. It's all of that stuff that I just said. And sometimes we're going to probably delve off the track that we were going to go onto, because things come up and I go, hang on a minute. I really want to discuss that in a place that I can feel comfortable and feel like I can get heard on a particular topic that doesn't only resonate with me, but every single content creator and influencer to ever post a video onto social media. So that's what we're delving into today. I hope that you're strapped in. I hope you're ready for this. If you're not, go grab yourself a cold drink of water, a coffee, a banana, an apple. I would say some other things, but I know a lot of the people who listen to me are on some diets. So let's not delve down that path of what Mama Sass would grab. Anyway, let's get down to business again, as I say. First things first, I do have a phone here to help me with a little bit of some comments that I want to delve into. So the first one is, this is what these people wrote on the way that Mama Sass parents, and I want to respond where I'm able to actually be heard. So without comments coming through and, trying to derail my mind thoughts on a particular topic. So it says, does anyone else find it odd? The kid's 11 and can't even butter a piece of bread or pour its own cereal. My 3-year-old even helps get her breakfast, etc. Does she still get mum and dad to wipe her backside too? Now, before we delve into the top part of that, can we please delve into the part where you think it's okay to talk about an 11-year-old's backside? Like, I'm sorry, but to me, that's off limits. I don't know how you got brought up or where your parenting stuff lies, but that's going too far. To talk about a child in that manner is downright disgusting. And I said it. Disgusting. Disgusting. To even have that thought process through your mind is disgusting. Am I right? I think I'm right. For anyone. Anyone should be thinking that is wrong. But obviously some people don't. Alright. let's delve into the part where this person must be a fly on my wall. I have this one fly, right? It sticks around my house like it's, I don't know. I've tried everything to get rid of that fly, and I can't get rid of it, no matter what I do. It just keeps coming back. It's my arch nemesis. Yes, that's the word. Arch nemesis, that fly. But I'm starting to think that fly might be this person, because they must like know absolutely everything that goes on in my house the moment that all the cameras turn off from my live or me filming a video, to know exactly what I do as a parent 24/7. So let's just delve into that a little bit, shall we, on how I've raised my daughter to this point in my life. So my child, as a younger child, I have put a couple of little videos up, I think on my page or whatever, and we used to cook together all the time. We'd make lamingtons is one of my favorite things to probably make. I know a lot of people say, what's your favorite thing to make? It probably is lamingtons, if I had to really think about it and say something, because I've always made a mean lamington. Absolutely everyone always says, make lamingtons, your lamingtons are the best. So this was before I actually got into childcare. Little Miss was probably 1.5, maybe something around that anyway. And we used to bake together from a very young age, all the time. I've got photos of that where we've made lamingtons that had green and red food dye in them, so that her childcare teachers, when they opened them up, they got the green and red for Christmas. That cupcakes. There's just been so much. Like, we used to cook together all the time, like I said, as a young, when she was very young. In amongst that as well, she used to actually clean out all of my cupboards. She doesn't do it these days. I'm going to say that for now, but we'll delve back into that down the track. But she used to get all of my stuff out of the cupboards, and then she'd wipe them all out, and she'd put them all back in neatly. Like I said, she doesn't do that no more. But she loved to vacuum. She always would grab the vacuum cleaner and be vacuuming. I had video footage of that as well. I'm happy to bring that onto some of my podcasts and stuff if people do want to do that, if they're watching on the YouTube channel where you can watch, or over here on Spotify is obviously the audio. But, you know, I've taught my child all of that stuff. My child, from a very young age, knows how to clean. She knows how to make her bed. Every week she has to strip her bed for me. She knows how to go and put the washing on, how much to put in it. We actually only use the pod things, but she knows if it looks like it's a dirtier wash, sometimes I will put 2 in, or sometimes if it's not, I'll put the 1 pod in. She knows all of that. She knows how to move it from the washing machine to the dryer. She knows how to get it out. She knows how to fold it. She knows how to make her bed, because pretty much every single week she has to, and when I mean make her bed, all the stuff from being stripped off, she then has to help me put it all back on her bed. She also has to make her bed every single day. She has to leave her room spotless every single day. She knows all that stuff. So you know what? I get to spoil her. I'm a stay-at-home mum. I do content creating, influencing, and my social media job on the side. It is my little hobby that I do. I absolutely love it. And yes, I am trying to push that into becoming a full-time job where I can support with Mr. Sassy, the family, a lot better. But at the moment, he is taking the reins on a lot of the financial side of things, and I'm concentrating on trying to better myself and build a career. So I think any relationship would delve really, really well. Isn't that what a partnership is about? Helping each other follow and chase their dreams. But anyway, we're getting slightly sidetracked onto that part. Back to this annoying fly that I'd like to call, saying that, my child, I'm sorry, I'm hoping by the time your child's 11 as well, that you're not, still teaching them those bits and pieces. Yes, in saying that, we still teach our children every single day. Doesn't always have to be a life hack to that extent. It could literally be a life hack on how to deal with people like you. And I swear I deal with that every single day. I try to steer her clear of everything that social media has to deal with, because as I have said in past podcasts, Little Miss absolutely loves social media. She always has. She's always had a passion for it from a very, very young age. She delved out of it slightly when the page from TikTok got taken down. But then I started my page up pretty much in a way full time. I'd post every single day. And from that moment, she then started to engage back in through my page and stuff, until that annoying fly decided that they knew better about somebody else's life, and started to take pictures and stuff of my child onto their phone. Because you've got to think, where I'm seeing these comments, so some of them are coming with my footage that I have posted onto social media, which means they've downloaded that onto their phone, meaning they now have my child into a downloaded format on their phone, which doesn't sit well with me either. It sits just as badly as the backside part of this, shall I say. Anyway, so that is why, well, I don't know how you can say, does anyone else find it odd that she can't? You don't know that she can't, unless, like I said, you're that annoying fly, but then you wouldn't be writing that, because you'd know that she does all that sort of thing. You'd also know that, as I said, I'm a stay-at-home mum, and my privilege of being a stay-at-home mum means that while she's at school, I can get all the other housework and stuff done, and then spend time looking after my child, getting her afternoon tea, packing her making her breakfast, packing her lunch, tidying up her bedroom if on an odd occasion she hasn't done it, washing her clothes for her, folding them. I never ever pack her clothes away. Can I just say that? They always go into her room and she has to pack them away for herself. That is one job that I never do. I don't know why, but it's just something that she always has to do. Yeah, so in that part of the instance, null and void, I'm gonna say. Mama Sass says she likes to do things for her family. Why not teach her some independence? Because she already knows it. She knows how to look after herself. She knows how to be independent. She's going to grow up and be a mother one day herself. and think this is normal behavior. I really hope that she does grow up one day to be a mother, and I hope that everything I have instilled into her is going to help her be the best mother she can be. Because if she takes anything out of my life's journey, the first thing that I'd love her to take was the way that I have parented her. So I appreciate that. She's going to think that this is normal behavior. Yep, I hope so, because looking after your child should be normal behavior. She says here also, but won't even know how to teach her own children because she'll be an adult with mummy still wiping her backside. Do you spoon feed her still too? Once again, with the backside, what have you got? And little bit odd. Please delve away from my child's backside. Do I spoon feed her too? Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, these people who write this stuff get nothing of my life right. Nothing. Can I just put that in there? Because if you were to go through and properly read these comments, 1 minute they're saying this, next minute they're saying this, then they're down here saying this, and then they're over here. It's like we're making a big star because we're going all around the shop. No one's story is ever the same. And the biggest reason for this is because they've made this page where these comments are all about only being able to hate. You can't get in there and say anything to say, listen, no, you've said that wrong, or anything like that, because you'll just get done. You can't do that. So no, they just run with whatever they want. They have a field day over there. It's absolutely crazy. There is a couple of comments we're going to take from that as well, which says, MS claims she enjoys doing things for her family, but the greatest gift she can teach little miss is basic life skills like cooking. Yep, taught her that, and we're still learning. Like, she still learns how to do things, because once again, you don't see my whole life. And creating foods and chores. Did I not just mention a handful of chores and creating? She's doing no favors whatsoever. It also means in order to do so, it will mean showing her time off a screen. So I am going to we'll just read the last comment that I've got there, which is, it's all content. I don't think Mama allows her to do anything herself because she can make it a TikTok. Well, yeah, I can make it a TikTok, but is that why I do it? No, I do it because I have everything else done. By the time my child gets home, if you know my TikTok lives and stuff like that, I am always off live by 3 o'clock, the time that she gets into the car from school, so that she can talk about anything that she wants to talk about, whether that be a happy moment, a sad moment, or all of the in-betweens. So I get everything done so that I can spend that time with my child and actually be, in the moment with her and her life. This sort of delves me into another topic as well. I just want to read this one before we delve further into a little discussion that I want to bring up from just these few little things that I've pulled from this. This one here says, you sit here, read all comments and think people are jealous because they have to work. No, Renee, Mama says to you. Read aloud. We're reading it aloud, people. Let's go. So you understand. We're reading aloud so we understand. People get frustrated because they can hear your child begging for attention and you ignore her. Grow the hell up, woman, and be a mother. There is nothing wrong with what you attempt to do, but when you spend your entire life on TikTok and don't take your child anywhere or spend quality time, I mean quality time, yes, people begin to hate on you. Let's delve a little deeper, shall we? This is where Mama Sass feels at home, when she gets to really get to the core of the apple. Because, fun little fact that I think I've told you guys, a lot of my time, either on here or even on my TikToks and my lives, I did childcare. I had to learn a lot about children and about their cognitive behavior and all of that fun stuff that comes with a little one's mind and how it all works and how as they grow it develops and matures. So I feel I have a little ground here to be able to delve in this myself without some full-on facts. Well, they're facts from what I've learnt. So we're just gonna pull this apart a little bit and say this to start off with. Take yourself, if you're a parent, to the moment that you're at home with your child and you're on the phone, because we're going to use a phone because not everyone uses social media to the extent like Mama Sass does and going live. So we're sitting on the phone and, you know, all before the phone rings, the little one's away doing whatever it is that they were doing, playing with their cars if they're younger, or PlayStations, or reading a book, or doing homework, or whatever that is that your child may be doing. And then the phone rings and it's your best mate, or, you know, whatever it is, and you're on that phone having a little chat because, you know, they're off doing their thing and you've got a little bit of you time. And then they hear you on that phone. And then they're up there and they're, Mum, 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 Mum. It's a bit like mine, isn't it? It's constant. Mum, I want, Mum, can we do, Mum, Mum, Mum. It just doesn't stop. Well, guess what? It's the same thing when you go on social media. You don't see the moments before I jump on and everybody's doing their own thing. If Mr. Sassy's at home, he's watching TV. If Little Miss is at home, she's watching her phone, or she's playing the PlayStation, or she's doing whatever it is that she is allowed to do of her age. And then that phone turns on. And I've shown people this through my life, where I've jumped on and I'm talking, and sometimes I talk a little bit lower so that we can see how long it takes for Little Miss to get to my bedside or wherever it is that I am, to be like, are you on live? I think the shortest time frame was about 3 seconds, and I think the longest was about 30. From her realizing, doing whatever she was doing, that I'm on live, and boom, what are you doing, Mum? She enjoys sometimes sitting there with me and doing that. Or she's just a kid. She understands that she can be a pain. I'm gonna say it. When, you know, I turn it on. Then I'll be on live, I'm doing what I'm doing. I could literally turn that live off like that and go and, you know, be like, okay, well, the live's off. What do you want to do now? Nothing. I'm just going to go and watch my phone. I'm going to go play the PlayStation. That is what happens. The moment that the live turns off, she's gone again. Because it's not about the attention. She gets the attention. She wants to be involved. And she's trying to navigate that pathway of, I used to be able to be involved in this stuff, and she absolutely loved it. Like, I'll say to her, you want to do this? Are we doing it on live? She wants to be involved. She loves social media. And I hope that I'm building a big enough platform for her to be able to, the day that she's able to do it properly, she can gain a lot of followers that, you know, might be interested in whatever it is that she does on social media. But yeah, it's quite funny that people see it as that because they feel like they see so much of my life. So far, the last 3 days, you've seen an hour and a half of my life, except for my videos, which have not been too long. Maybe all up, I'm going to be generous and say 2.5 hours through my videos and my live have you seen of my life the last 3 days. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And I don't mean my paid subscription side. In saying that as well, you then go and say that there's nothing wrong with what I'm attempting to do. So I appreciate that, because I don't think that there is either. I think I'm allowed to pursue whatever career I want in life, and I shouldn't have that taken away from me. I should be allowed to do whatever I want without somebody thinking that they know better than me. But isn't that in the same instance as, shouldn't I be allowed to parent my child the way that I want to parent them without another parent thinking that they know how to parent a child better than somebody else? Like, when did we start to, like, I know it's been happening for a long time. People have always judged the way somebody else parents. And I find it really, really wrong, because you don't know what goes on in that house. You don't know the all of absolutely everything. Even if you are seen, and I'm going to be generous here because I don't showcase this much. I'd say I'm about 70 to 80% of my life that I showcase. But even if you were to see 90 or 95% even, there's still a small amount of that person's life that you don't know what goes on in it. And I'm talking about awake hours, not sleep hours. So on that as well, I wanted to delve in a little bit deeper. I wanted to delve into 2 different sides of this quality time, as they say, quality time. Okay, so we'll put my side out there first, shall we? I'm a stay-at-home mum who gets in and gets all of my housework done. Generally not my cooking, unless I've got the slow cooker on. But, so let's say all my washing, my cleaning, like just absolutely everything. Any chores that need to be done throughout the day, like going to the shops and shopping and all that sort of stuff, gets done while my child is at school. Yes, generally on live, but whilst my child is at school. So then when she is home, she has my full undivided attention. Yes, sometimes out of that, I will still jump on for an hour, maybe 2, maybe even 3, depending on what the day has to bring. If she's just decided she wants to go and sit in her room for the rest of the afternoon, who am I to tell her, no, you need to come out? Why can't she feel safe and regulated in her own home? Why can't she be independent, as we say, and make up her own decision on whether or not she wants to spend time with me doing something fun, or whether or not she wants to, you know, just chill out in her bedroom? In saying that as well, I also want to put to you that I live in a small town. We don't have a cinema here. We have a pool. But she's at an age where she's not always really wanting to go to the pool. She used to love the pool. She doesn't anymore so much. But there's not an awful lot for a child of her age to do with her interests. You've got to remember, your child might be into sports. Your child might be into whatever their interest is. And that's okay, because you're going to nurture and you're going to water and you're going to help that little seed and child, the little seed inside your child, shall I say, to grow into a beautiful flower of what your child would like to achieve out of life and what their goals and aspirations are. Me, I'm going to do the same for my child. I'm going to help her achieve absolutely everything she wants to in life. But what she wants and what that other child wants are not the same thing. And this is something that we really need to understand. Because your child might like to go for nature walks, because your child might like to go to the pool, because your child might like to go to the cinema, because your child might like to do whatever your child wants to do, doesn't mean every child is the same. They're not all tarred with the same brush. So hopefully that's delved in a little there for people. You've also got to remember, different things in different people's lives bring up different circumstances. So I know I also get thrown at me, oh, they're poor, they're poor, they're poor. You know what? I'm one of the richest families out there, and you know why? Because I have a loving family who loves me, and I love them. I don't care how much money we have. I don't care so long as all my bills are paid. And I can sit here and say, all my bills are paid. All I need to worry about in life is enjoying the time that I have with my family when they want to spend it with me. Okay, now let's delve to the other side of, shall I call this a debate in a little bit? I'd love to hear your guys' comments on this as well, on whether or not you, like what side you sit with, whether or not, I'd love to rebut on some comments on this topic, because it's a very personal topic to each and every person, no matter, everyone's got a child or knows of a child, like everyone has an opinion on this. So let's delve to the other side of the scale, shall we? So the other side of the scale is a working parent. Now that working parent is getting up in the morning, come on, get dressed, let's food, like get your breakfast, get this, get that, let's go, to lunch is getting done, go make your lunch, do this. They're full at going to get out the door by the time they need to get out the door. We've got swimming, we've got running, we've got basketball, netball, you name it, whatever it is, they've got to get everything done, get out that door so that they can get that child to daycare or to school on time, so that they can then get to their own job, to do their job, to then go pick up the child from school or daycare, to then go and take them to whatever activity is that they want to go and take them to, and then get home and go, rightio, we've got to get food on the table, get in the shower, get your pajamas on, rightio, gonna read you a book if they're young enough, or go do this and whatever, and then, right, lights off, night time, see you in the morning, we're going to do the same thing all over again. Can you tell me, in all of that I just spat out, where's your quality time? Where are you sitting down with your child, just having a one-on-one conversation? Where are you like, maybe during the car trips, you might be having a bit of a conversation, and that, but, like, are you classing quality time as you're sitting at their football game, watching them? Because that's not really quality time. That's you being a parent and supporting your child in their journey. But it's not exactly quality time. If we're going to delve into the quality time, it needs to be where you are listening to what your child wants. Fully taking on board what they're doing at school, who their friends are, what was their favourite class at school that day, did they have anything exciting. I know in some instances, if they're a bit older, like, you might be doing that on a car trip to a sporting event or whatever, or training, but isn't that the same sort of thing as I'm doing when I'm driving my child home from school? Aren't I doing the same quality time like you're saying? Aren't I jumping off and spending that quality time on that trip home and getting her afternoon tea and discussing and having a laugh about what she got up to that day? I'm a little confused over this side on why some people consider their quality time to be more quality than somebody else's. I don't know. It really is, like, I'm baffled to sort of know what to say, because, even with younger children who aren't at school at the moment, but you might be a working parent, you're still doing the same thing. You're trying to get your child out, like, you're doing all of that morning routine that you've got, trying to get your child ready to get you out that door on time, to get your child to daycare, to then go to work, to then, I don't understand why your quality time is different to mine. Are you thinking because I'm home all the time, I should have more quality time with my child? I probably do have more quality time with my child, because I do have everything done. I don't have my child home and I'm trying to get washing done, or washing up, or packing away dishwashers, or, and I'm not trying to say that I'm better or anything like that, because I know that you guys are trying to say that about yourselves, but I just don't understand. Like, you don't know, why can you, like this one person is saying that they get what I'm trying to achieve, and, that's all well and good to be trying to achieve that, but why is what I'm doing no different to you going to work 9 to 5 or whatever your hours are? Or why is what you're doing compared to me no different to sitting down doing, like, studying? I don't understand. I get that you see me sitting on live, and to you, it looks like I'm doing nothing. It looks like I'm just being lazy, not doing a single thing. But deep down, I know what I'm doing. I'm building a community with the people who follow me, whether or not you want to write, yeah, but they're two-faced people, or they don't even like you anyway, or whatever it is that you want to say. I'm still building a community. And that's what I do when I jump on live every single day. I build my community, my relationship with my community, where I can build that connection that helps take my hobby into a career that can support my family and my little ones' hopes and dreams of whatever that shall be in life. I know I turned this podcast, excuse me, I know I turned this podcast today into a little bit of a debate, I sort of showed two sides to the coin. I showed the working side, and I showed the stay-at-home mum with the hopes and the dreams of becoming a content creator, influencer in a bigger scale. They are the two sides of the coin. I'm not just a stay-at-home mum. I'm out there trying to build something I feel passionate about. I have never once in my life, I'm almost bringing myself to tears in saying this. I think I'm actually going to. I have never once in my life had my hopes and dreams to do anything in my life. I've never wanted to succeed at something more than being in social media and content influencing. I know that that sounds really strange to some people, because to some people they see it as maybe a glitzy glamour, or why would you want that when there is so much hate out there, and whatever it is. I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. I have a story. I know I'm not the only one with a story. But you know what? At the moment, from anybody that I know, I'm the only one with a story that wants to talk about it. I'm the only one with a story, or shall I not put it as I'm the only one, but I'm one of the ones with a story who wants to talk about it. I'm one of the ones with a story that hopes that my story can help one other person out there in life. I have never wanted anything more in my life than what I am striving to achieve. And the fact that people can tear me down every step of the way, while I'm just out here trying to live my life and doing that at the best I know how, it just, it blows my mind. I know, sorry for gapping in between stuff. I know that I get ridiculed about that too. That's a completely different topic. But I just hope that, I don't think this is going to do absolutely anything to these people that write this. Just for the record, I don't think it's going to change a thing. If anything, it could make things worse for me in this side of things. But this is why I made my podcast, to talk about my life and the struggles I had growing up, the struggles I have now dealing with people as I try to navigate through these new sets of waters down a career path that I'm trying to achieve. And I just wanted to bring you guys along on just a little bit of behind what goes on and what goes through my mind when I read a couple of comments. There's so much more of that side to delve into. There's probably a lot more of that side to delve into in the behind the paywall, in the subscriber side, in behind closed doors. But I wanted to bring a little bit of it over here and discuss, some of the side that I don't get to talk about. Like, I don't even get to really mention this stuff on my lives and that, because the moment that I do, I have comments coming trying to derail the situation, and trying to flare it up by, turning the narrative to whatever. Like, they might just see that I'm trying to answer, excuse me, that I'm trying to answer one question, and then next minute the comments are coming through going, oh, but what about this or what about that? And they're trying to like I said, derail your brain from the thought pattern that you already had set in place to talk about. So this is why I started this podcast, so that I could bring it over here, I could have a voice, and I don't get derailed. Please write into some comments some things that, let's discuss this a little bit further if you want to, or write a comment about something else that you might want to know the answer to, or just, whatever it may be. I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast. It's been a little bit of a different sort of one, and not what I had planned for this week, but it's definitely something that I needed to address. I needed to let people know that there's two sides to every story. Just like there's two sides to a coin, and not every child out there is the same. And we need to do the best that we can do as a parent to make sure that that child is brought up in a loving, caring home that looks after them. And I know that even where I read these comments, there's so many people that see where my child is brought up is an amazing, loving home. It may not be the home that you put out for your child, but she's clothed, she's fed, she has a roof over her head, she has so many things that other kids don't have, and she has a mum and dad who love her so much and will do anything to make her happy. But because whatever that is that makes her happy doesn't make you happy, doesn't mean I need to stop doing what I need to do, because I'm not trying to make you happy. I'm making my family happy, and I'm filling my own cup at the same time. You guys have an amazing day. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to leave a star rating or whatever that may be. Please leave a comment. And I'll see you all on the next Mama Sass Life Unfiltered, whatever the topic may be that week. Love yous all. Bye.